It's important that they know that the American people are supporting them. And when it's raining out there and it's cold and you think, I don't want to get up and go down in the cold and the rain, and then you remember, this is very little of what we do compared to what they go through. So we drag our bodies out of bed, go do what we have to do. The one that always blows my mind is the horns honking on the freeway underneath. I wished I had a gauge that could do polls with every horn that honked, every wave, and every thumbs up that goes under that overpass. It is our way of going down there and telling the troops, we're here, we support you, and they all know. If you're going to Fort Lewis, they know exactly that you're up there and who you are. Oh, you're the bridge people. I was one of the 3 co-founders that started Operation Supporter Troops, January 2003. We wanted to be never again to have our troops come home and be treated as the Vietnam vets were. So in 91, we went out to say, no, never again will we have our troops be dishonored. And 2 of the grandsons were 7 and 9 at the time. We drug them to every rally and every parade and everything, with not ever realizing that 12 years later they would be serving.
Scott, the oldest son, he enlisted in this army, and then he came home to Fort Drum, New York, about the time that we started to send troops into Iraq. And he called home one morning and said, Mom, where are you guys? All we're seeing are the anti-war protesters. And so that was all it took for Mom and I. Was like, no. When we just decided that we weren't going to let it happen again. So for him, he was calling home because he had remembered what it was like, how good it felt to support the troops when he was 9, and he was calling home as a soldier, asking for that same support.
We had to go out and support these kids and show them that we will back them.
Policy doesn't matter. It's the fact that they are deployed, and they are deployed on our behalf, that we support them. And so because of the requirements of our military, we made the decision in the beginning that OSOT was going to be the same way, that we are apolitical. We invite anyone and everyone who wants to demonstrate support for our troops to join us. Actually, between the 3 boys, I've survived 5 deployments, and it was really hard to say goodbye. Every conversation was ended with, just this every 5 seconds. I love you too, Mom. You stay safe, keep your head down. I love you. And then they were gone.
One mother made a good statement. She said that she did not breathe between phone calls from her son. She held her breath until she heard from him again and knew he would be all right.
All of us that are involved in Operation Support Our Troops, our child was deployed at some point. So when I had all 3 of them, I'd have the support from other parents who had either been through it or were military parents. And then I became that support for other mothers.
We have a lot of people who do not even have family in service and may have never been in the service, but they just know that we need to be there to support. I remember as a wife in North Korea, when you heard of somebody losing their life, you were devastated. You felt like each and every one of them was your own. And that's kind of what you even feel like now, is every one of those young men and women over there are part of my family. They're all my children.
I think it's comfort food. Maybe brought back memories for all of them, of baking cookies when they were little. So I think there's a lot of memories wrapped up with cookies. It's just really super important to me to make sure they don't lose their connection with home. Because if they lose the connection with home, they lose the heart to do what they're doing.
It meant a lot. It gave, it's you get sort of bogged down, but then this stuff keeps coming in. You're like, well, there are people waiting for me back home, and that's sort of encouraging. I got more packages than anyone else in my entire battalion. I think than anyone in my brigade. So they were pretty amazed, and they were pretty. But I had a pretty special family, and they were pretty right.
It was an emotional thing for her. It was very, very difficult for her to have 3 sons deployed all at the same time, and she needed an outlet.
I got to spend time with them every single day while they were deployed through pictures. If I was working on Scott's scrapbook that day, then, it was an hour that I could spend with him that day. It documents their deployment so that 35 years from now, they're going to remember, because what they went through in their deployments is so incredibly unique. It creates a unique bond between a very small group of men and women. Adam was the first one who came home. I mean, it was wonderful to be able to touch him and feel him and to know where he'd been. And then Scott came home. He got off the plane, and it was just like, oh my God, hurry up, hurry up. And he came through the security at the airport, and I wrapped my arms around him, and the look on his face was, oh, thank God I'm home. And I still to this day marvel. I have friends who've lost sons or daughters over there, spouses. I had 3 of them. How did I get them home alive? Sorry. It still overwhelms me. Power of prayer. Power of prayer. I had so many people praying for those kids. But when you've got 3 of them, the statistics, I mean, what are the odds? There's some people who didn't get their only child home, and I managed to get all 3 of mine home. I'm a very lucky mom.
There's good and bad come from anything, and the war has brought some people into my life that I would have never met or known before. I wish that it did not have to be under these circumstances, but I have met some of the most wonderful people that I can't even describe or express how important they have become in my life.
There's so much packed into that wave. It's just our way of saying thank you. We love you. We've got your back. And so that's what support for us is all about. And it's an awesome thing. I mean, it's a connection between the military and the civilians, and that's what this country's all about. It takes all of us being united, and that's the message: is that we're united with you, and we'll follow you wherever you lead us.
One of our very first rallies, a pickup came, and he had all of this yellow ribbon, and it was then cut and tied, and it's a statement: till they all come home.